Notice there's a lot of new sites out there on YouTube proclaiming that the flat earth system is just ridiculous, and they make out the flat earthers are the ones that are bonkers. So you stop and think of their entire system that has their slowly rotating ball, right? Slowly rotating ball. So it's a magical ball in La La Land, but they don't tell you that it's asymmetrical. So how can this nice earthly marble they draw equate for the asymmetry? It would have to look like a pear. Their marble would have to look like a pear. Okay? There's definitely an asymmetry between the hemispheres, and I've proven that through flat earth physics anyway, and they admit it with the magnetic field. Because Earth is a toroidal field, it's a magnetic field, the whole thing, concept. It just has a plane of inertia through the guts, a positive on top and a negative below. Everything falling to Earth is just falling to the plane of inertia. And then make up this total big bullshit story about what gravity is. And then you delve into it and think, oh, man, these guys are space cadets, eh? They just make up any sort of shit to try and explain this thing so it equates with all their math and complicated system regarding the globe, so no one can really click on. So you have this magical spinning ball, which shouldn't be a ball, it should be a pear, on a magical tilt. It just got knocked onto a tilt and it just stays on this permanent 23.4 degree tilt, which is quite convenient the way things work with this tilt. And then this spinning ball then revolves all the way around the sun. So it's always got the sunny side of the ball. Yet this sunny side takes longer than the dark side to do a circuit. So you've got the spinning ball with all the stars basically pointing at it, following it around the sun, but not spinning with it, just following it around the sun. Always nighttime, right? Not a particular star, just always nighttime. So that night cycle seems to come around quicker than this side. It's a ball, it should be even. But then they make up another bullshit story about the fact that the way it's going out, there must be a slight ellipse or something as it goes around the sun to give it this difference in speed between solar and sidereal, right? Then you delve deep and find out how the stars can drift south into the northern hemisphere and back again over the year. It's all explained on my Flat Earth Patreon site, maybe YouTube as well, how all the southern hemispheres out on the southern perimeter, or southern hemisphere, which encases the central northern hemisphere rotation, circles the entire northern hemisphere. As the north turns, it revolves the entire southern hemisphere in a mirror effect. And because of time dilation, everything expands out. So it's bigger, and it's inverted because there's this toroidal mirror effect thing going on. So all these stars out here, so there's the northern hemisphere, all these stars are twice as big, you could say. 2 to 3 probably. And they're inside out. Okay, so imagine that. So as this northern hemisphere stars turn, all these stars revolve around. But if you're doing star trail photography, you just fix your camera, you're getting your one mirroring star effect, this rotation, this circle. All because it's coming from the center, which is doing the circle. So there's a permanent, even though this hasn't done a full rotation, it all goes back to the center of creation where the vortex is, which has a circular representation 24/7. It's in the center of the Arctic. We can't get there. You can't see it. It's esoteric, basically, metaphysical, but all these dumb globe tarts think everything has to be physical to explain it. No. So all these stars in the south contract up and in for the northern June solstice and then contract back out. and pop out to separate again because there's a tropical gap separating them, remember? That's the veil. Under the veil is mentioned in the Bible. You don't see the stars overlaying, because that's what they call the veil. But you can track them. If you can catch one at a certain time of the year, and it'll pop up on in this hemisphere. Okay? So basically all the northern hemisphere stars stay circumpolar. They don't wander off. They make out they do, because they're all part of this vortex that goes down and back up over 24 hours to return to the exact same place. It's only the southern hemisphere stars that come up and overlay them, changing the constellations as everything's turning. Because this is the tropical year cycle, when it moves north and back again. That's what gives you the sun's analemma and the equation of time to make it a little bit wider, that offset of time. So you've got to see, there's the offset, you see, the imbalance of the hemispheres. Okay? It's proving the offset is that equation of time. But there comes a time in the year, which only my patrons know about, where it becomes equilibrium. Both hemispheres become balanced. And it's not the equinox. Equinox is only even day and night. It's not equal magnetic field. So all the southern stars contract up, right up to the central point, June solstice, Arctic. So you've got a rotation here, right? Where's another rotation, another circle? We don't have one. Come up to halfway here and then contract back. And somewhere in that overlay is the Physica Piscis, religion again. It proves the Bible describes everything. It's the original book of physics. And all these Freemasons have taken all that information, spun it into a spinning ball. Now, a lot of the ball system works the same as the flat earth, but the flat earth is more logical. Once you know it, you don't have to imagine a spinning ball on a tilt, going around another ball, having these two different times, cycles, sidereal and tropical, with the stars following it. The stars have to follow it to turn up at the same place on that side of the earth every night. It's all bullshit, isn't it? Just think how freaking ridiculous. They really had to delve deep to dig up that flippin' idea. And all this, the whole gravity nonsense about mass attracting mass, that's all false. It's all bullshit. That time dilation, it's the golden ratio, right? Well, it's going to spiral in. So that they assume that it's spiraling in, it's being attracted to the bigger mass when they talk about celestial bodies, doing ellipses and epicycles and things like that. That's all bullshit. They don't do that. They don't do it at all. That's probably what man might be saying, but all the planets are on concentric circles and don't move off them because that's their frequency wavelength. They don't change their frequency. Within the system, they're moving, but like transcending from one elevation to another, which is, you can think of it through the tropics as the atmospheric layers, purification, the purifying system goes up and through ionization changes its states, you could say through the inert gaseous layers to be absolutely purified up there, hydrogen, to become helium for the pure plasma sun, all in our realm. But the ecliptic plane has its own concentric circles with the planet representing the focal point of energy on those waves. They're all doing their own concentric circles, and the moon drifts out across them and back in again to new moon, drifts out to full moon. It's always doing this, but the moon is down on the 3D. Goes out to full moon and then winds back down and into the center, which is that end of the Milky Way, where the pure plasma sun sits, the real sun. Is always there doing circles around that black hole, the core of the vortex. the Milky Way is attached to it that goes over to our tropical boundary where we see the image of the sun. So all those images of triple crow sun images, that's the real representation, but it's not actual the sun. It's a projection. All the celestial bodies are projections. So you're seeing in real time what's happening plasma-wise with the sun. And pure plasma, you can't see it. Scientists tell you that. You can't see pure plasma. So it's a bit odd because back at crashing, we can't see it. They say we can't see it in our physical realm, but with these cameras and filters, we can see the sun up there, an image of it, probably due to the light spectrum. We're looking through the light spectrum. Well, we should be looking at the light spectrum down here too, so I'm not quite sure how that one works. And the other thing is the sun, you see. How did the ancients know that the sun looked like a wheat field that represented the bread in the Bible? Bread, eat of me, eat of it. Sun being the Christ. Wheat, a lot of wheat mentioned in the Bible. Wheat, they're all worshipping the sun. It's about the wheat field. The Roman movies, even the Gladiator movie, had Russell Crowe, whatever his name was, coming through brushing the wheat. Because people in Hollywood know the whole system. The wheat represents the sun, which is connected to flour, which is connected to the gingerbread man, bread, flour, 5 loaves. In the Bible, is there 5 holy days mentioned in the Greek, Egyptian mythological stories? The 5 holy days that the moon can give spiritual birth to man on earth. 5 loaves of bread. And this traces back to the foundation of the story of the gingerbread man. Run as fast as you can. I'm the gingerbread man. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Ginger. Russell Crowe, the Triple Crow videos, the sun looks a bit gingery. The wheat, bread, ginger, bread, man. Have you read Plato's dialogues? The initiate, he is the man. The one who gains this spiritual rebirth through the 5 holy days. So the gingerbread man, he has 5 limbs, prongs, because it's the same. It's the fig leaf. It's the fig leaf. Look at the fig leaf and go search out the original gingerbread man shape. It's the fig leaf. And the fig leaf is representing the Earth's magnetic field. Some of you might have seen, well, here we go. There's the fig leaf there. And they sewed them together for the overlay, the physicopiscus, and then it became aprons, or is it 8 prongs? Okay? More proof that the Bible is the original book of physics. Earth's magnetic field, when it overlays, like I talked earlier about the stars overlaying, becomes balance. Balance is the physicopiscus, the holiest period in the year for any man on earth, but more so if he received a full solar eclipse. So the gingerbread man, representing the sun and the magnetic field, because the sun follows the Earth's magnetic field. Even that's in science, if you know where to look for it. So this is, from the first week of March, we got 2 hemispheres separated. So each hemisphere has its own north and south pole. Okay, rotations. That's what's rotating it. It's part of the vortex as well, but both Arctics out here are north poles. They rush to the south poles, which are the boundaries of the tropics, the respective tropics. Drops straight down through the ground and then crosses over through the ground. Okay, that's the system. but the two magnetic field, the dual cycles, with nothing's monopole, is it? They're offset, you see. And there comes a time of the year when they're turning together, they come in and bang, bingo. I'm the only guy on the flipping earth that's just describing all this and showing it all. I have the whole flat earth model, yet you go on these globe sites and they say there's people offering millions and millions of dollars. Well, how come no one's introduced them to me? I'll accept the million. I can prove there's a flat earth model. I can prove it's not a globe straight away because the magnetic field doesn't cross from their A bullshit to their B bullshit. The magnetic field doesn't cross the tropics, cross over the tropics, cross through beneath the ground. It destroys their globe. And the dip compass dips at both Arctics. Well, how can it be an up and a down? That's complete 100% lies. They're lying. This is what people don't understand regarding the dip compass. They think it's works like this because they see a circular man-made object, tool, whatever, but they don't realise that it actually works like this. See, they say one's up for the north, one's down for the south. That's their bullshit story because they know it actually works like this. And they'll even describe that that this represents the horizon. There's the horizon. Okay, you point to where the field's coming from. If you put this at the equator. Okay, because the field rises here. But anyway, there's no magnetic field here. There's none. Very strong here, very strong here. Look, it's perpendicular. Absolutely weak as. We're talking about the dielectric gap between the tropics here. There's nothing. Does not cross over here. It's direct north to south in the tropics. No magnetic declination beyond. It gets very weak for the first 7 degrees on each side. It's purifying to the point where it's a direct magnetic compass setting. And the other thing is time dilation. It's the golden ratio. That's what gives you latitude for their GPS. It's all computerized, so that time dilation comes out of the north to the tropical boundary of Cancer. Then it's equal all the way across to Capricorn. Then you've got time dilation coming out of the south, the Antarctic. This is where their ball comes into it, because it's expanding out to the equator, then contracting back in. But it's not contracting in, it's just dilating out from the south. But it works the same way if you understand that everything expands out to the south. So if you're expanding relative to the expanding field, everything, like planes, you, boat, because everything is of the light anyway, nothing's physical, it's all of the light. That's why there's no mass. Physicists know there's no mass. It's all matter in the light, resonating, vibrating matter. There's no actual mass. So we're expanding in the field. And if you're relative to it, it doesn't matter whether you're expanding with it or contracting with it. It's the same thing. So don't poo-poo a Gleason map. And it stretches everything out because it's dilating with the expansion. You work on arcs of degrees. Simple. So they've taken the golden ratio and called it time dilation and spun all these bullshit stories to suit their globe ball. I can debunk it all and bring it back to flat earth, what we all knew back in the day. All the ancients knew it because it's all fully described in the Bible, ancient Egyptian myths and legends, Greek myths and legends, about how the sky overlay, and there becomes a point where there's what they call Hades. That goes really deep. It's spiritual. And it's all connected to religion because it's all governed, it's all about the celestial tropical gap, the tropics, the most important thing in geometry when it comes to this earth. That what's happening in that gap is all hidden under the veil. We'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. If you're more interested in this sort of thing, want to break down certain things that are in the Bible which relate to flat earth, the true physics, it's all explained, check out my Patreon. Patreon.com/@meta369. Cheers.